Henry first noticed the silence on a Tuesday morning in March. He woke up, made coffee, and realized he couldn't hear it brewing. The familiar gurgle and hiss were simply gone. He checked the machine. It was working perfectly, steam rising, dark liquid dripping into the pot, but there was no sound. He turned on the radio. The display showed it was playing, the DJ's mouth moving in the tiny video screen, but Henry heard nothing. He clapped his hands together, no sound. He shouted nothing but the feeling of his throat vibrating. Panicked, he rushed to the hospital. The doctors ran tests, examined his ears, checked his hearing. Everything was normal. Physically, there was no reason he couldn't hear. Sometimes, stress can cause psychosomatic symptoms. The specialist said, her voice coming through clearly now. Have you been under unusual pressure lately? Henry shook his head, relieved he could hear again. No more than usual, but that night it happened again. He woke to complete silence, and this time it wasn't just him, the entire world was muted. He could see his neighbor's dog barking frantically in the yard, but no sound came. Cars drove past on the street, their engines silent. The wind moved through the trees without a whisper. That's when Henry saw him. A man stood on the corner beneath the streetlight, holding what looked like a large glass jar. He wore an old-fashioned coat and a hat that shadowed his face. As Henry watched, the man held up the jar toward the barking dog, unscrewed the lid, and made a capturing motion. The dog's mouth continued to move, but even the visual suggestion of sound disappeared. The man screwed the lid back on the jar, which now glowed faintly, and tucked it into a leather bag at his side. Henry ran outside in his pajamas. "Hey, what are you doing?" The man looked up, unsurprised. "Collecting sounds, it's what I do." His voice was rich and deep, with an accent Henry couldn't place. "You can see me, that's unusual. You're stealing sounds. Why can't anyone else hear?" "Oh, they can hear. Just not the sounds I've collected." To them, those sounds simply never existed. The man pulled out another jar and held it up. Inside, Henry could see something swirling, not visible exactly, but present. A suggestion of captured noise. This one is the first laugh of a child. This one is ocean waves at dawn. This one is the sound of two people saying, "I love you," for the first time. That's impossible. So is a man seeing a sound collector. Yet here we are. The man, the collector, extended his hand. "My name is Sebastian. I've been collecting sounds for longer than you'd believe. And you, Henry Marsh, are the first person to witness my work in 300 years. Henry shook his hand automatically. "Why are you stealing sounds? What gives you the right?" Sebastian's expression grew somber. "I'm not stealing. I'm preserving. Sounds disappear, Henry. Every moment, millions of sounds vanish into nothing. Never recorded, never remembered. A grandmother's humming while she bakes. The exact tone of a friend's laugh before they drift apart. The sound of rain on a roof during a perfect afternoon. All of it lost forever." He opened his bag, revealing hundreds of jars, each glowing with captured sound. I collect the ones that matter, the ones that someone someday might desperately need to hear again. That's insane. You're taking sounds away from people, am I? Tell me, Henry, when was the last time you really listened? Not just heard, but truly listened. Sebastian's eyes were piercing. You live in a world of constant noise. Traffic, televisions, phones buzzing, people talking, machines humming. When was the last time you heard silence? When was the last time a sound actually mattered to you? Henry wanted to argue, but the words caught in his throat. He couldn't remember. Every sound had become background noise, easily ignored, instantly forgotten. I take sounds that people have stopped appreciating, Sebastian continued. I preserve them. And when the world becomes too silent, when people finally remember what they've lost, I return them. So you'll bring them back. Eventually, when they're needed, when they're valued. Sebastian closed his bag. But not yet. Right now, the world needs to remember what silence sounds like, what absence feels like. People need to remember that sound is a gift, not a given. Over the following weeks, more sounds disappeared. Car horns, sirens, the buzz of fluorescent lights, construction noise, leaf blowers. All the sounds people complained about, wished would go away. Sebastian collected them all. At first, people celebrated the quiet, no more noise pollution, no more angry honking, peace at last. But then they started missing the sounds they'd taken for granted. Birds singing at dawn, children playing in parks, music drifting from open windows, the rustle of pages in a bookstore, a lover's breathing in the night. Laughter at a coffee shop. Sebastian collected those too, one by one, teaching the same lesson over and over. You don't appreciate something until it's gone. Henry followed Sebastian on his nightly rounds, unable to stop himself. He'd become the collector's witness, watching as the world grew quieter and quieter. Why me? Henry asked one night as they walked through the silent city. Why can I see you? Because you needed to learn this lesson most of all, Sebastian replied. 3 months ago, your daughter called you. She wanted to tell you about her new job, about the promotion she'd worked so hard for. Do you remember what you did? Henry felt his stomach drop. I was busy. I said I'd call her back.